Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I really appreciate it. Quickly, I'm going to introduce you to my dogs today. Jada is sleeping. Jada, say hi. Jada, she's got like dog hair on her face. Say hi. Alright, well that's Jada. You can see her tongue. And then Wallaby is asleep. Walla Walla. Hey buddy, that's Wallaby. Yeah. So both of them are usually in my office pretty much all day, and Wallaby's a heavy breather. I'm sorry, but there were a lot of people that wanted to see him. Anyway, Jada and Wallaby have both cost me money before because they're in my office all day, and if I don't give Jada a treat in the morning, she's like knocking my elbow, and I have made several trades on her behalf, and they haven't gone well. She's a terrible trader, not disciplined at all. And Wallaby does not knock my elbow, but what he does, especially if it's like about to rain or a thunderstorm or anything like that, he'll get underneath my desk and just like unplug things. So like the screen will go black. I'll be like, what's happening? And then I can't get under there because he's like 105 pounds. And so it's like equal weight me. We're like wrestling back there. I'm trying to get the thing plugged in. He's like, no. Anyway, these are my puppies, and I thought I would just introduce them to you. So let's jump into charts. Okay. Whoop. All right. So lucky that this week also ended a month. So I thought we'd start out by looking at the monthly candle of SPX or ES futures. And look at that. Look at that July. Wow, what a strong looking month, isn't it? I hate it. I think it looks terrible because it looks to me just like, I mean, we had this doji month, and I'm not saying it can't go higher. It just looks very ominous to me. That's sort of the same. Remember right before the, when I had gone like out of the market at 3,200, and I was like, that candle doesn't look toppy to me. It looks totally toppy to me. That's how this monthly candle looks to me. And you can see something similar happened before here, where we had the red, and then like 4 greens in a row, and this last green was pretty strong looking right after a doji-ish candle. Kind of similar, right? Just kind of similar. And if you're a fractally type trader, you probably recognize this already. But and I think some people have mentioned it. I saw on Twitter, but I just nope. And I think I said from a technical perspective, does this look bearish? I mean, it's got some potential divergence here, but you never know. If the next month closes higher, that divergence could go away. It could be negated. So that's why I said, one of my tweets was like, I'm going to start scaling into shorts soon because, yeah, even though it doesn't look technically bearish, it looks bleh to me. I don't like that at all. In fact, I hope we get an early pop so I could really short it. But let's look at the weekly and see what that looks like. So I had marked off some potential divergence here, and we did get a back test exactly of the ambulance line, which just like, wow, okay. So when I mark a line, I guess it's important. And then it popped up again last week, and it certainly looks like, at least from a weekly perspective, that it's got some momentum to go higher and potentially backtest this gap, at least the bottom of the gap. So we'll have to see. Part of when you're going against a trend, and if you probably know, the trend right now is up and to the right. It's bullish right now. So whenever you're thinking about shorting a trend like this, the best thing to do is not to go all in, but to scale in. And in fact, on Friday, I had scaled just a couple contracts short. I was shorting the Nasdaq actually on Friday, and then but ES, for example, just came back tested this finish line, which I had said no bazookas above the finish line, right? That means I'm not going to launch a full scale. This mofo is bearish. I'm not going to do any of that before it's below the finish line. And it just almost perfectly back tested it and then just bounced right back up. And that's what I was like, y'all are getting a little too excited about this. Calm down. Like, Although I do not like hammers and uptrends, as we have discussed. And look at the kind of, it's like a little hammery and then more hammery. I don't like that at all still, but we'll have to just check it out and see what's going on here. And we'll just wait for an opportunity, and I certainly will tell you when I see confirmation of any kind that I think is good for people to sort of jump in. I don't, on Fridays, do they want it to end? I will tell you, I was surprised they didn't end it a little more, on the bubble, because, this looks bullish. It's not, but it might be. But I was just surprised they didn't end it a little bit more on the bubble, but they're just not even pretending anymore. So we'll have to see what happens. But I still, I've had a bearish leaning for a couple weeks now, a few weeks, maybe 3, including this week. And I'm just still not convinced of any. I just think the greater risk reward at this point is to the downside, at least for a correction. I'm not saying it's the end of days, but just I think a correction would be healthy. I think we'd be more likely to close the hidden hourly gap at 3181 before we close this gap at 3312, but or higher than 3312, up to 3328. But we'll see. I could certainly be wrong, and it's not a problem for anybody to be wrong, right? Like, it's fine to be wrong. The idea of trading and having having any kind of longevity in your trading career is knowing if you're long or if you're wrong, what you will do when you're wrong. That is the entire key. And actually right now I don't have a position. I've just been doing my commodities because I didn't keep my, I actually did buy the bounce, and I let it go at 32.40 or so. So I didn't get that whole thing in there because like I said, I was surprised it didn't close it higher. But anyway, I don't have a position right now, and if I do look for a swing, it will be on the short side. Even though I know this, I'm not gonna, and actually let's look at Nasdaq. As much as I'm bearish, I'm not gonna not draw in things that are bullish. This looks like a bull flag, doesn't it? And it looks like we broke out on Friday. So I took the slope here of the bull flag from the bottom and the top, and I drew it here, and I just was trying to see where we ended. We ended pretty much exactly on that slope. Now, I don't know where futures are going to open, but these are the pivots I'm going to look for on Sunday night / Monday. And hey buddy, and let's just see what happens. But still, I'm still going to be looking to short any pops. And I hope it does back test this channel, because remember I talked about this channel, and if it comes out of the channel, it should go the height of the channel as a measured move. It never did that. So don't even think about it. I will let you out after. No. I am not wearing the right pants to get up. So that's not, I'm not going to tell you what I'm wearing. Y'all don't want to know. I don't know. You probably do, but it's not. Okay, hi buddy. You're not going to find out. Okay, anyway, these are the, see what I mean? Don't unplug anything. Seriously, I'm going to be mad. Don't unplug anything. Don't unplug anything. I'll just pet him. Okay, let's quickly go to gold. That's impressive. And I drew in this line here of what looks like, didn't it look like, divergence? I talked about that, potentially bearish divergence. It also potentially looks like a big ass bull flag, and it's only at 74 RSI. There is plenty of room to run and even get super parabolic, because you know what, as parabolic as this looks, it can it can get more. Now the worst thing that could happen, I think, is closing much below here, or closing below here at all. It can get below here during the week. That would be okay. It's all about the close. I would like it to hold this line. That would just, that would be more bullish to me. But I don't see anything shortable at this time. If I were going to have tried to short it intra-week, I would have gone here, which I think we talked about that a little bit on Twitter. I and again, if you are thinking about shorting it, and if you're just, if you're contrarian like me and you're thinking about it, I just wouldn't start with a whole huge position. I would start small and map off levels to add from. If if it gets below, okay, then I can add. But it, I mean, it could definitely dip, and it's got lots of room here to consolidate maybe. We'll have to see, but I don't see anything bearish about that right now. I sure don't. Okay, let's look at silver. That's a little scary looking, isn't it? I'm not scared. I'm not even a little bit scared. And if it gives me a dip this week, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna try to create lower time frame charts here because I really do want to buy it, and I've just been hodling it. I mean, I took profit, but I've been hodling what I have, and yeah, I definitely would be looking for a place to. You see how I'm hodling? He's like heavy breathing, heavy. That's good sound effects, Wallaby. Thank you. Anyway, we've got possibly some divergence here. I think this looks delightful. Oh, I love it. I love the way it looks. But let's see if we can find something similar. So let's see, big old green, and then an inverse hammer, which is typically a toppy looking candle, but the first one to look like a top is not a top. We talked about this. It's just not. It's not a top. So let's look here and see if we can find something similar. I know, buddy. I just don't, I mean, there's lots of candles here that look kind of, yeah, I don't know. I just don't, I'm trying to find something I don't see. Let's see. I don't see it. But anyway, candle stuff in and of itself is like, wah, wah. It's more just, I think that they're just trying to get out some of the Robin Hooders and some of the latecomers and that sort of thing. Now, it does have a lot of volume in it. That's a little bit scary. It sure is. But I will still look to buy a dip next week, and hopefully that'll work out. I think it'll scare some people, more people, and then pop right back up. That's what I think. But we'll have to see. That's what it looks like to me from the price action. All right, let's look at oil. So I've been bearish oil from this 42.16 level, and I still was not watching it closely enough. This is when I don't have my charts. But anyway, I mean, it got a nice, it had a nice dip this week, but I was looking at the lower time frames. Let me look here. I'm going to change this from weekly to 1 day. I mean, I don't know why people are so anti. I saw people so anti-MAs. Why are you so anti-MAs? This is like, that's beautiful. Why is it? Because it's too simple? Is it because, I mean, why do people hate the MAs? I love the MAs. I'm a big MA fan. I don't trade off of them, definitely solely, but like, that would have been a good place to take some short profit. I'm just saying, that was what, the MA50? Yeah. So I have the 9, the 20, and the 50. Am I a sophisticated person? Nope. Would I have made some money if I took some profit there? Yep. But anyway, let's look at the hourly, because that was more interesting to me. You can see that most of this huge dip happened over the course of 1 hour. So a lot of people might look at this hour and think, wow, that's really bullish. Look how it got bought up in that 1 hour. I mean, it went down, but look how it got, bought up. Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I mean, sure, like it can go up. It's just not, to me, that's just not, that's actually kind of a little bearish, I think. But anyway, let me think, let me look here. Well, clearly this is some sort of hourly line here, right, that we're on right now, because you can see when I put my mouse over it, you can see there's a lot of, move it up a little bit, there's a lot of testing of that line going on. So this is an important level, okay? So 40.46 on the hourly looks to be an important level. If it gets above, you know, and back test it, we'll have to take another look at it, but I just still would be looking to short here. As of yet. And I think, you know, if it gets, if it gets above this 42.16, especially here with the lower high, I think it's very bullish. But if it doesn't, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it goes down. All right, let's look at coffee. I'm only doing this because, like, I love coffee right now. Somebody told me I should look at sugar too. I just don't have time to include a bunch of charts, but if I make a sugar chart, I will share it with you on Twitter. So this was a pretty good call. I've been talking about this since I said I was cheating on my commodities. I think right about here. So it looks like we're almost to some light RSI resistance on the weekly, and I will be buying any pullbacks here. I'll be paying attention if it gets back to this 9 MA. I'll be paying attention. I'll be paying much closer attention at this 20 MA, which would pretty much align with this red line at 33.37. I'm also playing the coffee futures, I should say, and one of my favorite glitterati, Uncle Rico, I think he even mentioned it. Coffee is going so much higher than this ETF is really reflecting. It's a scam. They're such jerks. They're such jerks. Because, I mean, I think the average person doesn't play futures. It's way too leveraged. It's very dangerous, honestly, for somebody who's just starting. But it's not reflecting how awesome coffee is right now. So if you're able to play the futures, that's been a really good trade, like a really, really good trade. But anyway, I did also put a line here. So I was trying to figure out where a nice profit taking above this line would be. If you haven't taken profit already, which I know you probably have if you follow me, because I talk about it all the time. Well, anyway, yeah, so this is going to come up way before this line, but we'll see what happens this week. And like I said, I'll be buying dips, and I will be selling rips if it got way up there. But maybe it gets a week of rest. Maybe it continues. I don't know. But I just know my plan right now is to take some of the profit that I've made, and if it does dip, buy it back. That is my plan. And let's see if there's anything else. You know, I was looking here to try and find something similar in the past. You know, and I would just watch for something like this to happen, just in case. Be prepared to buy it on a dip in case it comes back here, and if it gets to price support same time as RSI support, y'all know what to do. But I'll also say something because I'll be watching for that too, because I really can't wait. I think it's a great opportunity. Everything's so much more expensive at the grocery store. Have you noticed that? Like, I feel like I'm spending so much more than even 6 months ago at the grocery store. It's awful. They should include that in inflation because everybody buys food. So anyway, here's Natty. This was kind of my crap of my three horsemen this week. I mean, silver didn't do great either, but it ended higher. This one, it sort of, you can see the, you know, out of the 5 candles, it pretty much ended right on the doji here for the week. And I wish it had closed above 1.809. But we've talked about how dysfunctional Natty is. I was looking everywhere for Nathan. I have not been able to find him since I let in another lizard accidentally. And I don't know if they didn't get along. I don't know. But the other lizard I've seen several times, but not Nathan. So I feel like I should catch the other lizard and put it outside. I mean, I should do that anyway, right? I'm weird. I'm weird. But I just anyway, we are below RSI support right now. This is not, it's still looking like, you know, I mean, it's got some divergence here though. Well, no, it's not. No, it isn't, right? Because let's see, from here, this green candle to here. No, it's okay. That's not divergence because it was from here to here. Oh, good, good, good. And I hope a lot of people think that is divergence like I almost just did. Good. Excellent. Oh, that pleases me. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. All right, so anyway, we'll watch Natty this week. It really is only super uber duper bullish if it gets back above this neckline. So the, you know, the pink head and shoulders here, and really that pivot at least would be 1.908. That wouldn't be the exact neckline, but a little bit close enough. And I think above then it'll get to the key, which would be a nice scalp. And then above the key, it's gonna go moonbeams. And if it goes lower, I would look to see about like you know, these two MAs here, see what it does there, and then we'll go from there. All right, make myself big. Okay, well, thank you again so much for watching my video and for supporting me and being a good internet friend to me, and I will see you around the interwebs. And stay safe out there, okay, with the virus and the hurricanes and the tornadoes and blah. Anyway, stay safe. I wish you just the best week ever, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.